right, what it is. Guys, it's Jordan Stupar, and you have made it to another episode of the Jordan Stupar Show, where we talk about entrepreneurship, business, sales, marketing. Sometimes we talk about other stuff too. Actually, that's pretty much every time we sit down and talk. But anyway, I'm excited about this episode because I honestly have zero idea what it is that my co-host, my esteemed colleague, and reigning undisputed champion of sales here at Stupar Enterprises 2 months in a row. Still waiting on somebody to take that title belt from you. But of course, I've got Dael Velasquez here. He stormed into my office yesterday. He's like, dude, I got the next topic for the podcast. I'm like, okay, and what is it? And he's like, shh, how do you say like quiet in Spanish?
Calladito.
Calladito is basically what he told me. And so here we are. I'm just as equally excited as anybody would be for this episode because I have no idea what Dael's going to ask. But first off, Dael, how you doing today?
Dude, I'm doing phenomenal.
Doing phenomenal. Why are you doing phenomenal?
Because I even posted on my stories today is, you had a great end of the month when he couldn't get a haircut.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, there's nothing better than getting a nice, fresh cut.
Of course, but when you're making money.
But when you're making money, when you're too busy making money that you can't actually go and get a haircut, that's kind of a good thing.
It is.
I mean, I've done that a million times.
You have.
It happens. It happens.
But yeah, we're going with this conversation. I can't wait to spook you with it. Probably not spook, but because you're solid and you're just Jordan Stupar.
Yeah, whatever.
And we all know that. That's why we're all listening. That's why we're all here.
I'm just a normal, average, everyday guy from Wisconsin. That's all it is.
But, I was going through your YouTube, and I literally was like, dude, I want to find a little bit about, like, Jordan. And I scrolled down to one video. Bro, you were in Miami, and you were, like, going, I don't know where you were at, right? And the one question you asked random people was, like, when you hear the word salesperson, explain it in one word. And that's kind of, like, what I want to ask you right now. If you hear the word salesperson, one word, tell me.
What do I think of?
Yeah, why not? Yeah.
When you say the word salesperson, what's the first thing that comes to mind?
Yes, sir.
I mean, the first thing that comes to mind when I hear the word salesperson is I have a different take than normal people because I'm a salesperson.
Yeah.
I mean, the very first thing I think is value. Is value. That's technically what a salesperson should be doing, but albeit the fact that most people out there that aren't salespeople, they see salespeople as gimmicky, money hungry, pushy, whatever. We all know those, synonyms for like basically like commission breath, know.
Yeah.
I think that a lot of salespeople have a bad rap because of the way that a lot of salespeople act.
Mm-hmm.
They're not value driven; they're money driven.
Yep.
And it's funny, looking back at all the years I've been in sales, the people that are, money driven are the brokest people I know. The people that are value driven, unbelievably successful. It's just the way that it works out.
And that's what's you just saying that I should just go back from the beginning and be like, hey, I had a great week because I was just giving value to people.
Dude, some of my worst weeks in sales where I don't make a lot of money, sometimes zero money, are sometimes the best weeks where it's like, dude, it's Friday night, I wrap up, Saturday night, I wrap up, whatever day I'm done. And like, I feel good about the week because I know that I provided value and attempted to provide value. It's not, for a long time in my career, I was all about the money. Like, yeah, man, let's go grind, make this money, dude, this bread, this cheese, this cheddar, the lettuce, whatever.
I loved it.
There's a lot of names for money. Dinero, And then, like, dude, I never had money when I was like, oh, yeah, I'm all about my money. But when I was like, dude, I'm going to kind of flip-flop this and just be like, hey, man, can I solve a problem for you today? You interested in this? Can I just give you this? Would you take it? Would it solve a problem? Would you be happy? Would you have a better life? Would things get better if you had this? Win, lose, or draw, at least I tried to give you value.
Yeah.
And that makes me feel better. It helps me rest my head at night.
And I love that. I love that because what we do here, that's exactly how I feel every single time. When I go home and go to sleep, I don't regret any deal that I've closed or anything that I've, exchanged with another client. It's like, I love it. I honestly and genuinely do. So
you should.
The question that I really want to ask
The main
you,
question. Folks,
question.
Pay attention.
What's the difference between an entrepreneur and a sales rep? Or salesperson? What's the
Okay.
difference?
Okay, so the difference between an entrepreneur and a salesperson, I'll give you both definitions, then I'll give you the difference.
Okay.
An entrepreneur is somebody that is essentially creating a product or a service or some tangible or intangible good or something that other people find valuable. It could be solving a problem. It could be a Band-Aid for a cut. It could be 3D vision goggles to go to a movie theater and have dinosaurs pop out. I don't know. Could be any one of those things. That's an entrepreneur. And then, of course, you got a salesperson. And I definitely know this definition because I've been both, but I've spent more time being a salesperson. A salesperson is more or less somebody that is taking an entrepreneur's vision, idea, product, good, or service and getting in front of people who are either aware or not that they have a problem and then providing them a solution to a problem.
Okay.
That's essentially the two definitions. However, there's, like every definition in the dictionary, there's bullet point number 1, bullet point number 2, bullet point number 3.
Yeah.
But what's the difference? The difference is that the salesperson is not the person responsible for creating, innovating, or manufacturing the good, the product or service, or the thing that it is that other people find valuable. All that they're doing is really communicating to another person what the, advantages, features, and benefits of this product, the service, this good, whatever is, and then being the person that is more or less the catalyst to get somebody to make a decision to take purchase or delivery of that entrepreneur's product.
I love it. So when did you realize you were an entrepreneur?
Honestly, I realized that I was an entrepreneur 2 decades before I became an entrepreneur. However, I never really had an idea, a product or service, a vision or thing that like I could build or felt like I could build or, had the capability of creating. So I was a salesperson for 20 years, well, close to 20 years, where I would take other people's ideas, thoughts, products, services, goods, and I would get them in front of customers. I would inspire, motivate, and persuade those people to do business with me, purchase this product, solve their problem. I get money. My company gets money to make more products and services and goods, blah, blah, blah. And I spent a lot of time doing that because I just didn't really know, like, hey, I'm going to write software today. I'm going to build an alarm system of my own. Like, I'll just take yours. I'll go give it to somebody. That's how
I like that.
That's how it always was. Like, I don't know how to do it, so I'll just sell it for you.
Yeah,
That was that, and I get compensated. That was cool. Then I realized that, like a lot of people did around the same time, these mid 2010s, 2013, 14, 15, when internet's popping off, social media is crushing it. You get people that are really good at doing something, maybe not building a castle, maybe not coding software, maybe not building cameras, maybe not whatever, but they have information. Information is more valuable than pretty much everything here because with information, I could build a camera. I could build a microphone. I could do whatever. If I got enough information on microphones, I may be able to create the best microphone of all time. So in which case, information for me was the sales information. And so I decided as a top 1% income earner, somebody that had experienced success that most people in sales haven't experienced, I figured, dude, why not take what I know and has been proven to work and give it to other people in exchange for a reasonable income. And that's exactly the day that I became an entrepreneur.
I love it. So, I don't know. I don't know if your story is just different, but you were a sales rep and you already knew before becoming a sales rep for any of the companies that you worked for, you knew before that you were going to be an entrepreneur, right? Can anyone be an entrepreneur?
I mean, technically, yeah. Just like I would say any person could be a salesperson. However, I think that there's a specific set of traits and characteristics that can drive a successful entrepreneur. And let me take a quick sidebar and say that a successful entrepreneur is not by definition the type of person that you see on Instagram that has a 17,000 square foot house, a $10 million car collection, and a bunch of Hublots, Audemars, and fancy watches.
Yeah.
An entrepreneur to me, by definition, is Dael saying, Jordan, I quit. I'm going to sell cookbooks. And then you sell cookbooks and you're making 50 grand a year doing that, supporting your family, doing whatever you want to do, making your own hours and providing people with value. By definition, you go into Instagram, put that in your bio, I'm an entrepreneur. And like, dude, I got respect for you. That's an entrepreneur. You're creating your own path. You're doing your own thing by means of providing other people with value. Now, at the exact same time, my identification of myself being an entrepreneur is different than that definition. So for me, dude, I want $50 million a year, like personal income out of my own business, which means that I have to create a business probably 8 times larger than that. I got to be doing a couple $100 million a year in order to get there. And for me, that would be my identity as an entrepreneur is I'm going to go try to figure out how to do this. I might fall on my ass. I might die trying, but I'm going to try.
Yeah.
And that's what I think is exciting for me as an entrepreneur is all the road bumps, adversity, challenges, problems, good times, bad times along the way to that route. I could easily right now hit the brakes, say, Dael, don't sell anything else. Just serve the customers we have. And, for the rest of my life, I just want to be with this revenue, with this paycheck. You get the same. Like, we're all good. And, I could live.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not what I want to do.
Yeah.
So for me, the definition of entrepreneur personally for my own identity kicks in when I'm writing you substantial checks every single year. All my employees, when I'm paying millions of dollars for manufacturing of some of my products, and I am doing all sorts of things, and I'm creating my own little economy. Mm-hmm. For me, that's when my definition really pops in. But again, I don't want that to take back from somebody that's like, dude, I just want to get out of the 9 to 5. I want time with my family. I want to make 50 grand a year doing garage sales like Gary Vaynerchuk or something. It's like, okay, cool, man. Go put it in your bio. Respect.
Yeah.
You're an entrepreneur. Mm-hmm. But I don't identify with that. So that's why I don't have entrepreneur in my bio. Because I'm still working on my little economy. And it's working.
It is.
I'm supporting some people.
You are.
But at the same time, like, I'm not making $50 million a year. I haven't gotten to where I want to be yet. So I don't identify with that yet. I'm just a stupid business owner from Wisconsin.
So okay, cool. You identified your entrepreneurship as like you want to make 50 mil. Dope, because you make 50 mil, I'm making money.
No,
okay,
dude,
cool.
If I get there, you're making money.
Exactly. Like, that's dope. But let's just say, honest truth, shit hits the fan. Like, you see what's going on right now, and let's just say, what we're doing now is not going to be worth anything. So what I mean by that, are what we're selling, what we're exchanging value with, right? What's the point of being an entrepreneur if
it could all go to shit?
Yeah, like what's the point?
The point is that regardless of what happens in our economy, like right now as we record this podcast, there's like hundreds, if not thousands, of ships out in the Pacific, outside of California. Like, we got this supply chain issue. We have inflation happening. Mm-hmm. Gas prices are going up. We got talks of communism in the country. We got tons of fear, tons of uncertainty.
Yeah.
Just not a really cool time to be in America right now, particularly as an entrepreneur, because I can't be the person to tell you, Dael, like, yo, we're good. I can't be.
Yeah.
But what I can do is I can take control of my own little economy, like I mentioned, and I can start prioritizing where I want to take this business and mitigate as much risk as possible. Meaning, let's say that cash cards.
Yeah.
It's a really nice stream of revenue for our business, helps us get a ton of leads, and really is the lifeblood of the way that we build value for other people. Let's say, for instance, that my price of what it takes to get a deck of cards or 1,000 of them shipped here to Wisconsin from my manufacturer here in the United States goes up by 100%. And I can't sell you a deck of cards for even $100 because it cost me $120 just to get a deck of cards here. Well, then in that case, before that happens, I might want to help prepare a digital version of that, or something that for less money you can also buy, but also for less money I don't have any significant margin or actual expense in delivering to you. In which case, I think we're in a very good spot because more or less we're really selling skills and information, education.
Yeah.
Most of what we do can absolutely be done digitally or virtually, and it doesn't require us to print something, ship it, package it, tax it, pay postage, all of those little incurring costs in taking that item. I'm in control. And that's what I love about sales. That's what I love about entrepreneurship, is that we can ultimately be in charge of what it is that we create. And furthermore, let's say that literally there's just no more salespeople.
Yeah.
There's no more sales organizations. Let's just say Google and Facebook just own the world, and we're just doing wealth distribution. We're a socialist country now, and I can't present myself to the marketplace to solve the problems that I solve right now and earn an income doing so. Okay. No big deal. I see that maybe it's wintertime here in Wisconsin. It's October right now. It's starting to cool down. I know that you have a family. I know that you have a place to stay. I know that you probably have a fireplace in your home. I know that when it gets cold and maybe you can't afford heat, or maybe they just shut off the heat, I know that I can take an axe or buy an axe or steal an axe. I'll put it out there. Dude, if it gets bad enough, I will steal an axe. I will also go onto your property and chop down your trees to sell you your own wood to put into the fire. Because you might be too lazy or too busy with your family to chop down a tree, make some firewood.
Yeah.
In which case I might negotiate, hey man, I need $10 for this wood if you guys want to be warm. In which case I just made money. So for me, I look at all the uncertainty that's going on. Yeah, it's kind of scary. Like I would really like to be in a little bit more of a business-friendly environment right now, but at the exact same time, all of the hardships and challenges in life, I'm more grateful for those than any of the good times that I've ever had. It's fun to have good times, but it's way better. Like, dude, I hope things get a whole lot worse. I hope that the supply chain breaks. I hope that food is hard to find. I hope that the housing market crashes. And I'm not saying this for any type of, oh my God, I can't believe Jordan just said that. I'm going to pay attention to this guy for some fake attention. I'm saying that because if that were to happen, a guy like me, I'm not going to sleep. I'm not going to eat. I'm not going to drink. I'm not going to do anything until I figure out a way above and beyond the situation that's happening to me. And that is what makes you stronger. That's what makes you more powerful. That's what makes you more valuable. And that's why you do have these multi-generational businessmen, J.P. Morgan, Rockefeller, all these people. Dude, we were all on a level playing field, and some people just decided to pop and become the richest people of all time. How? Well, because they took all the hard times that nobody else really wanted to solve a problem for. They came up with the solution, provided it to everybody. And then guess what? They got rich. So I'm not saying that I'm guaranteed to be rich. I'm not saying that I'm guaranteed to stay in business. I'm not saying any of those things. What I am saying is the only guarantee that I have is that I will outwork my problems. I will outcreate the adversity that I face. And I will stare down anything that comes into my path. I will laugh at you when you draw blood. And I will make any problem in my hemisphere, in my space, I'll make any problem think twice about coming at me again. And there's some people out here that I hope are listening to this that know exactly how that feels.
Yeah. So
I'm a competitor.
Yeah. Yeah, you are.
Bring me the hard shit, dude.
You'll take it.
I'm not here to do easy shit. I want hard shit.
So that's where the whole sales skills that you've developed come into play.
Yeah.
You know, and that's why you are where you're at in life as the entrepreneur.
Yeah. And like, man, I'm not even anywhere close to where I want to be.
Yeah.
But it's like, I know that I have a reasonable chance of getting there if I apply myself, if I show up and I use what I know. I have a really reasonable chance, like a good chance of getting there.
Yeah.
And the more you learn about the ability to sell, have a good attitude, entertain people, provide them with value, dude, the better your chance and your family chance of survival is, regardless of how good or bad the economy actually is.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's just what it is.
That's fire, man.
So, my 2 cents for anybody out there that's like, oh my God, there's cargo ships in the ocean, like waiting. I live in California and gas prices are $8 a gallon. What am I going to do? When's it going to stop? I don't mean to make fun of you, but maybe you should stop being so reactive to the things that are going on around you and start figuring out a way to control you in those surroundings. Because if you can do that, then you can figure out whatever it is that you need to do, or at least die trying. That would be a better way to go than roll up into a ball, die, and give up. Anything is better than that.
Agreed.
So I know that we've got to kind of end a little bit sooner here today because we've got things to do. But, you know, I think for anybody else out there listening, you know, look, your ability to sell transcends your ability to sell. It's something that you're doing every single day with every single person. And I mean, we talked about that in episode 3, where it's like, dude, you just all around feel better as a person being able to just talk to people. You know, like whether you're trying to negotiate a discount on a necklace for your wife or trying to talk yourself out of a speeding ticket or what, like that's all sales. And I think that feeling confident in your ability to get your way with other people, I think is the thing that will allow you to have the confidence to overcome any stress or anxiety related to some of the, you know, challenges that we're going to face or the uncertainties in life.